All right, Nick, you want to start us off?
Oh, sure. So we just finished watching. What did we watch?
Oh my god.
You picked
Rambo.
it,
You chose it.
You picked it.
Rambo: The Last Blood.
I think it's Final Blood, isn't it?
No, it's-
I don't know.
Last
No,
Blood.
it's
okay.
it's Last Blood.
The
Yeah.
Last Blood.
Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
I think it was alright. I mean, I enjoyed it. I mean, I feel like they're honestly I don't remember the old Rambos. I haven't seen them in a long time. But all I expected was like people dying and getting killed and shot. And I think I got that the last 30 minutes of the movie. And they definitely blew up. So I liked how they died. You know, it was like watching Gears of War 3, I think. Or Gears of War the first one. And you use a shot like the shotgun and you just blow them up. That's how it felt. I think it was some pretty good stuff. I mean, it's not like the best movie in the world, but you know, it's Rambo. So, yeah.
What would you give it in a rating?
I think it was average. I think probably like a 5.
Ricky?
Let's see. I mean, I like the movie for what it was. I mean, I didn't expect anything great. I mean, this is what the 4th or the 5th Rambo movie, and you kind of
Yeah.
lose. I mean, making a series that long in general is usually not a good idea, so you lose quality as the series goes on. But especially being so far from the other Rambos, I think the last Rambo was like in the 80s.
No, it was
No,
like
It's 2008.
yeah.
Was it?
Yeah.
Yeah, it looked
Was that like a remake or was that like
Let me bring it up. I wanna know more
Be-
about the Rambo lore.
We gotta
I mean-
make sure we're right for the viewers.
This
I
isn't
mean,
no, fake
Rambo.
news.
Oh, the Rambo. I think there was a Rambo 2008.
Yeah.
Are you asking if that
Oh
was a remake?
yeah, Rambo
How are you asking?
2008.
Yeah.
Oh.
No, I think it wasn't.
Okay. All right.
Because
Well,
the first one was in the US. The second one was returning to Vietnam. The third one was returning to Thailand. Rambo 2008 was in Burma, and then this one.
yeah. Okay.
Yeah, first Rambo was in 1982.
Gotcha. I mean, all right. Well, the last one was 2008, so I mean that's almost 2 decades removed from that
Oh
one.
my god, you're right.
I mean, regardless, it's I didn't expect much from it, so I liked it for what it was. So that's why I'm gonna give it like a 7 because I didn't expect a lot out of it. If you go in there with high expectations, you'll probably be disappointed. Like if you go in there just for the action and like classic nostalgia, like it'll be pretty decent.
Yeah, I think it's a regular to a little better action movie. If you're expecting more emotional connection or anything more than an action movie, you're going in for the movie for the wrong reason.
Yeah. But overall, like it was a lot bloodier than I expected.
God,
I liked the final scene. It was good. It's exactly what I wanted. There was a lot of heads blown off, a lot of limbs missing. I mean,
he was
that's pretty
very
good.
strong. He was chopping stuff off easy, like through butter. Just
yeah, he definitely has that old man strength.
Yeah.
And,
Yes, quite.
Not that
but-
modern strength.
yeah, old man strength.
Not like Ricky. Ricky's ready to go to bed at like 10.
Whoa, I get tired, dude. I'm getting too old for this.
no, when you're using old man strength throughout the entire day, it wears on your body, so you gotta sleep earlier. to
I
recover.
agree. I didn't like her decisions. I know he didn't want to blame it on her for her decisions, but I mean, I would blame it on her. To be honest, I'm like, why'd you go?
Yeah.
Her friend was a piece of crap.
Yeah,
Your friend
ultimately it was her fault for doing all this stuff. But you gotta. I don't know how naive of a kid she is. I'm assuming if she lives in the border, you know the stories like, hey, if you go over there, just be careful. Don't wear any jewelry. Don't, be showing off that you drive in a fucking $20,000 car,
Don't
And
drink
then
beverages that are given to you. It's like a
Exactly.
classic thing. Like even
Like,
even here in the
basic naive
states,
stuff.
even here in the
Anywhere.
states, you don't take drinks that are given. to
Make
you.
sure you see the drink being poured.
Exactly.
And if you leave it unattended,
Don't
don't
drink it.
drink
It's
from
gone.
it.
Let a frat boy come and pick it up. He'll drink it for freezies.
Yeah. Like story wise, like I said, the story was like pretty basic. I don't think there was anything really that great.
I'm kind of glad we got kind of two stories. We got Taken for the first half, and then we got Home Alone. It fit those really well.
Yeah.
It's just
Yeah.
that what was his name? Actor in Home Alone. He was a little grown up now. A lot more deadlier.
Something with an M.
McCulkin.
Yeah,
Yeah,
McCulkin.
McCulkin.
Yeah. But
Did you
I
see
think that's
he-
pretty much it for what
Did
I
you
have to
see
say.
he has a YouTube video now that says like how I would do Home Alone now, and he pretty much just calls the cops.
Oh
Makes
my
sense.
god.
That's lame.
Yeah, but
Yeah.
it's funny because he has like a pizza ordered and he's just there and he just like calls the cops. He's like, hey.
People trying to break in.
But Ricky, how would you rate it then?
Oh,
Man,
I give it a
Ricky already rated
7. Yeah, I
Okay,
give it a
you
7.
did.
Izzy was the one doing his evaluation.
Oh yeah. So Izzy then, how would you rate
My
it?
evaluation turn? Is it my turn on the?
Yeah.
Yeah,
I'm
you had already
recording.
started.
Yeah, you started.
No, I wasn't on an official one. It's just adding little stuff.
Oh, okay.
Yeah, it's giving some
Just
flavor.
a little ad lib. Overall, I liked it. I went in expecting, because I'd seen some of the Rambo ones, right? I haven't seen all of them. Like, I haven't seen the 2008 one. So I came in expecting, we're gonna see fucking Rambo. We're going balls to the wall action. People are gonna get cut left and right by bullet lasers. That's what I'm expecting to see, and that's what I got. I could have done without a little bit of the story in the beginning, because if they had just given me Home Alone from the beginning, I'd have been like, good.
I agree 100% on that.
But I also didn't mind them setting it up to be like a little bit of story. You gotta do it. You gotta have the whole character arc with the climax and everything, build the tension. I didn't mind that, but I think the movie, if it was just pure action the entire time, would have worked better.
Would you have liked it a little better if it would have been like John Wick, where it was like 4 minutes he had a dog,
Yes, exactly.
4 minutes he had a wife, 4 minutes he had a dog.
John
All
Wick.
right.
John Wick is like my gold standard on action movies now. It's just like you get what you need, you get a little bite for the story, and then you dig into the state of the action. You just steak, a little bit of cake, and then steak. Halle Berry over here and her dogs, steak.
Dude, but John Wick choreography on those fight scenes is
It's
amazing.
so good. It is amazing.
This is nowhere near that. This is literally just bullets.
No.
I would say it's better than most, because most of them you just be like, oh, main guy with the gun, boo, boo, boo. Shot of the people dying. At least in this one, they got creative in how they're killing people. It's not just bullets every time.
Yeah. Also, I'm just gonna say Sylvester Stallone is probably too old to be doing those fight scenes like John Wick.
Yeah.
How old is Keanu? Isn't he like in his
Keanu?
50s or 60s?
Yeah, he's in his 50s, I think. But that man
Still
doesn't
really,
age
yeah.
though.
He looks the
Yeah.
same, but yeah,
He's 56 years.
He's a little younger, at least.
Mm.
But overall, I liked it. I liked it for what it was worth. I don't think it's ever going to be like movie of the year status. But if you're going in there, watching a action movie, you want to get hyped up. Maybe you're preparing some traps in your home, need some interior decoration ideas. How to defend yourself. You use that movie as reference. Like, oh, okay. I liked it, and overall, I think I'd give it like a 6.5. It was very enjoyable for the parts that it was like Home Alone. I was just like, fuck yeah, Home Alone. Give me that. So I enjoyed it overall.
So
And on the Izzy scale, it's a hot simmering. It's almost a sad, but not quite.
all right. Well,
Like if you turn up the heat a little bit more, it's in the sassy range.
that's funny.
Also, Stallone is 74 years old.
Jesus.
Nah, he's up there.
He looks pretty good for 74 though.
Yeah.
He does.
What's your opinions?
So, you covered a little bit of my thoughts, Izzy. I feel like at that point the whole initial, I guess, taken portion of it was like so lacking. They could have literally finished it in like 5 or 10 minutes, had the same effect, and then you could have had more scenes of Stallone just fucking people up. That would have been better.
Yeah, I agree. I think if they wanted to go the story aspect, they needed to go a little less cliche than I'm just a bad guy because I'm bad. Like there's no motivation other than being bad.
You don't even have to go that deep in it. Just like don't spend like 40 minutes like explaining this whole thing with his, I guess, adopted daughter, and then just when you figured out what was gonna happen like 7 minutes into the movie, and then like, hey, you just dragged it all out. You could have just got it over with, and given us more Stallone action.
Mm-hmm. It could have been condensed a little, I think.
Now at the end, I mean, I guess because of his age, they didn't do such elaborate stuff. So they showed him doing traps because, in that way he didn't need to do any stunts, which, you don't want old Pop Stallone over there to get hurt. But
I dread. My legs aren't as good as they used to be. I can't be running here.
But it was good for what they did. What it was very Rambo and bloodier. I think overall it had a portion of the spirit of Rambo, and it was a good movie to wrap it all up. Was it as good as the other ones? Not even close.
I don't think so as well.
It had a lot of parts that was lacking, but the scenes at the very end probably redeemed any ounce of this movie. So I'd probably give it a 5 as a base score, but because he never pulled out a bandana, I'm deducting a point, and
that is
gonna
very
get a
important.
4. It's
you
gonna
can't
get
have
a 4.
Rambo movie without the bandana.
You cannot.
And also, when I was thinking, when you were talking about the the trap scenes, I was kind of disgruntled that I don't know how. I know how he knows his tonal, but he was just teleporting left and right. Like,
yes,
he was in one spot. And
we
then the
also
next scene,
don't
he's somewhere
know
else.
like how far those like.
No, you
distance
saw it
are,
at
right?
the end when that shit exploded. That was an
Mulber's
extensive
huge.
tunnel network.
No,
It
yeah,
was.
but
Very
like,
expensive.
what I'm trying to say is like we don't know where this guy and then the other guy is in comparison to each other because he could have been like at the other, like let's say there's a Y intersection, one was here, and then the other one was right here, so he just goes this way.
So it just so happened that all the guys happened to be in the exact parts of his traps, and he just ended
I mean,
up
they
having to
can
go
be.
in a very like literal motion and covered everybody.
I mean,
I
it
would-
can be.
I would
That-
if that was the case that they were trying to convey, I would have liked it to be more like, one dude gets a fucking head chopped off and he screams, and then you show a shot of the other people like reacting to that scream and being like, "Oh, I heard him here," so they try to go there. But it's more like one dude gets his head chopped off, the dude screams, and then you teleport to these guys completely unaware of anything, and then Rambo just murders them.
I would just say by like at the point of like half of the amount of people had died and people are still screaming and dying at random, I would have just pieced out. I would have been like, this old guy's not worth it. I'm out.
I mean,
I would agree with
I
that.
don't disagree there. You could have just camped outside the fucking place and
Yeah,
wait for him to pop out.
Now, obviously, they needed to get farther distance because I think when he exploded all the tunnels, it got where all the cars were too. So they would have needed to get out farther. But, one, Izzy brought up that That was a lot more than 25 people, I think. I didn't count them.
There were some discontinuities, I think.
We-
I didn't count them, but it felt like it was more.
Yeah, I didn't want to put too much emphasis on them because yes, this is how these movies are, and I'm okay with that.
Yeah.
My issue was the whole first half of the movie and the no bandana.
Mhm.
Yeah, like those are just minor issues that are discontinuities.
I
But,
wouldn't
you know.
call I wouldn't call the missing bandana a small
No,
issue.
not those. I'm talking about like the
That is
of him teleporting.
Don't you roll your eyes at me, Nick? I see you. Remember, we have webcams on.
I mean, I know, but at least in terms of the movie, he never showed up with a bandana. I know that in all the other ones he has one, but I don't know. He's a changed man. I don't know.
He wants to put that bandana away, you know.
Yeah.
But yeah, overall, I thought it was good. I thought it was fun to watch.
It was okay. I definitely would never watch it again.
I wouldn't rewatch it, but it was still fun to watch while I was watching.
Yeah.
All right.
Now we're all quiet.
That
So that
closes it off.
Yeah.
it's time to it's time to wrap it up, guys.
And that's a wrap. All right, everybody.
Ricky outro.
Make sure to comment and subscribe. Click that like bell. Get your notifications.
And if in case you were wondering how this movie got chosen, click on the video to watch this week's Super Sans games.
Yeah. And stay tuned for next week for our next episode of the Super Sand Games.
Yeah, brother.
All right. See you guys later.
See ya.
Bye.
Bye.